everyone, welcome to the new episode of the Wellness Podcast. In this episode, we have a special guest that is RCI licensed psychologist, Sanchali checkup. In this episode, we discuss about premarital counseling. There are a lot of people nowadays, especially people who marry in their early life, early 20s, you can say. They used to face this conflict in relationships. Plus, we have been seeing a divorce rate increment. Like the divorce rate has been increased rapidly in past couple of years in India. So when we talk about that, counseling as a ritual while getting married is very important nowadays, so that you can analyze the compatibility and what exactly happened after your marriage life is also being considered in premarital counseling. So nowadays, you can say there are a lot of cheating affairs that has been coming up. In this episode, we discuss about why do people cheat emotionally and physically as well. So there are two types of cheating: emotionally and physical cheating. We also discussed about that. We discussed about emotional intimacy, plus why do people cheat? Why do people face this particular challenge in relationship? What are the major conflict reasons and how they can be resolved? As a psychologist, Sanchali put her opinion plus her perspective into this. As a counselor, as a psychologist, and it's very important to discuss this issue so that word of mouth can be spread in couples and early couples who are planning to getting married in next few months. So, if you are a couple, if you are in a relationship and thinking of getting married in next couple of months or year, this episode is for you.
Hey Sanchali, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, yeah. So, thank you for being here.
hmm Thank you for inviting me.
We were discussing a lot about premarital counseling and why it's
hmm
important. Can we just start with what exactly premarital counseling is?
hmm Yeah. Premarital counseling is a couple meeting a counselor, a professional therapist, a clinical psychologist, and having some couple sessions, couple counseling. We call it couple counseling. Like the market knows it as couple counseling. But there's a misconception that for couple counseling you have to be married. No, that's not the case. You can be like a boyfriend girlfriend having a relationship and coming to the counselor to, and the reason behind having a premarital. So you want me to ask and answer the question? That is, premarital counseling is basically meeting a counselor as a couple and talking about how things are going between the two of you. That's all.
Right, so is it what exactly things will look like? Will counselor be telling us that this is matching, this is not, this we should take care about, or how it is like, what exactly will be the outcome of premarital
hmm
counseling?
Yeah. So basically, the outcome of premarital counseling is where the counselor helps the couple to understand how they navigate stress, what are their ways of dealing with something that is bothering them, how do they react in that situation. So first of all is identification of the patterns, emotional patterns that comes out in a relationship. Second, awareness about them, like both the partners should be aware about the triggering points, that okay, this is very sensitive for my partner, so I should be very careful, or I should be mindful in terms of how I frame this. And third, prevent this and manage this. These are the three things that we focus in premarital counseling, which helps a couple to decide how comfortable are they to move ahead with marriage.
Understood. What exactly premarital counseling looks like in terms of people who are getting married? For example, we were having a conversation before the podcast. You
Mm-hmm.
stated that premarital counseling is a preparation for
Mm-hmm.
marriage, not wedding.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
what exactly it is?
Right. Okay. So, we spend a lot of time. buying outfits, planning the wedding, destination wedding, sangeet, premarital photography. These are all exciting parts of marriage, right? Like, and when a couple decides to get married, of course, that is because they love each other a lot and they want to spend the entire life with them, right? That's how it should be always. Preparing for marriage, what I'm specifically highlighting here is not only about having these lavish Sangeet parties or just meeting your family and taking pictures and, uh, having that honeymoon phase, going on trips, meeting and loving, having that lovey-dovey phase, like how it has been before marriage, right? Because let's be honest here, life changes after marriage, right? Because there is a lot of things that comes in front of you. That is your relationships, responsibilities, family dynamics, right? So, in terms of preparation for marriage, what I'm highlighting here is, are we comfortable taking that new step? Because nowadays you will see a lot of couples are taking a lot of time to plan a family. That is wonderful because they want to be mentally prepared to take a responsibility of a child. Now, that preparation, that planning, we can start from marriage itself. Are we prepared to handle each other's responsibilities? What can we do if your parents need support? There will be times when the parents are growing old, they will need our they will be dependent on us. What do we do? Do we stay with them? How do we handle relatives? If there is a crisis, are we supposed to be there together? Or if you're not able to do, should I do? Or how do we balance things out? Because it's not about just having dates post marriage. There is a lot of things that will come after marriage, because in India, marriage is about between the two families and less about the couple. And that's what the preparation is all about. Like, are we ready? What are we supposed to do? Is it an intercultural, inter-caste relationship? Okay, then both the castes will have different rituals, practices, belief system. Are we ready to incorporate that together? Where do we stand? If the families are against us, what do we do? What do you do if my mom or if your mom doesn't like me, or if there's an argument? How will you support us? What will your way of handling this? So these are a lot of things that can be prepared for. And of course, a lot of couples ask me that we don't know what life will throw us. So how can we be so prepared? But we can still have a mental picture of what to do in certain situations.
So you rightly said that marriage is not just between two couples, it's between two families.
Families, yeah.
You're right. So what majorly changes before and after marriage?
Right. Okay, I will answer this with a lot of examples, right? Okay. Um, it has been noticed in both arranged marriages and love marriages, where if it is a love marriage, I'll start with love marriage. Parents accept it because it's the child's daughter's or son's choice, fine, right? Parents are not aware about their emotional reactions, patterns. A lot of time they want to just have the son or daughter by themselves. And then after marriage, they see that there is an XYZ person, it's an additional person. How do we handle this? And this is mostly seen in from the son's family, because the daughter gets married and goes to another family, right? And so here it's about, like, family's belief system, thoughts, like, oh, before marriage you were ready to come and attend all the rituals, or you planned celebrations with us. Now you are just about, just want to take your wife or husband in specific places. Now you don't have time for us. Oh, I like birthdays in this way, but look at her. She is preparing something which we don't like. She should not be doing that because that's not the rule of the house. So please handle it. So it's about between the both the so this is where the family belief system comes after marriage. But when it comes to both the families' marriage, it's about the family's compatibility. And if the families are not happy with the marriage, then they are not involved that much emotionally. They are just making doing a formality, and that comes after the post, like, after marriage. Also, there's a conflict that comes along with that, right? There's a difference in understanding the dynamics, and everything is about them sometimes, right? And if a family is aware that they are a newly married couple, they need their own privacy, then it is sorted. So it's actually very
Hmm.
broad term. There are a lot of things that will come up. This is in terms of love marriage. Now, arranged marriage, the families will look for something that is compatible according to them. that the girl is good looking, the girl is working, she has this career aspirations, many things, or the girl has to cook. The same thing for the husband side, like from the girl side, or the husband has a good property, or the family has a business, or they are working, he's working, they have a good house. Okay, it's a good match, right? And then that time also the couple, the son or the daughter feels compelled that okay, my parents are happy with it, fine, let me say yes to a marriage. And then post marriage you get to know the person, and then sometimes we don't know how to handle certain things with that person. So that's why the premarital counseling is extremely important, where we are able to differentiate between what we want and what our families want, and how can we bring both the expectations and belief systems together, have a balance, and come in the like on the same page.
Right, my personal belief also says that majority of the couples go towards materialism, and you can say, of course, it's something come up with uh, centuries now. What I personally feel, people go for this much property should be there, this much you can say income should be there. Of
Hmm.
course, stability is one thing, expectation is one thing, but they are more going towards materialism. That's why they are spending a lot in wedding, the decorations, the
Hmm.
invitations, the food, destination weddings, booking hotels. It's all materialism. They are not spending money
Hmm.
to analyze emotions. That's why
Hmm.
something chaotics are happening, right?
Hmm.
So they are skipping emotional part and
Hmm.
going towards materialism. That
Hmm.
is backfiring them, and that's what I
Hmm.
think that can be
Yeah,
a reason of divorce. So,
of
what do
course.
you think? Why divorce is happening?
There are many reasons behind
Mhm.
divorce happening, right? It can be when your partner is not supporting you. It can be when your partner is not supporting you when you are having an argument with his family members. Or it can be when the husband feels my partner is not available when my family needs them, or my partner is not available when I need them, right? It can be many things, right? And sometimes people are not prepared to take in that external pressure, right? Because before marriage, it's about everything is about just them, where you can just plan a meeting or just have WhatsApp conversations and calls, long conversations. Everything is just about them. But post marriage, there's a lot of external responsibilities that comes along, which a lot of times people are not ready to take up. Like, if you are into going for parties and having meetings or visits with your friends, that's wonderful, but that's not just only thing that comes after marriage, right? Your individuality is very important, but there has to be a balance post marriage, which a lot of times many people are not able to take it up, because nowadays everybody is focusing towards an independent mindset. My life, my job, my career, my roots, right? Which is good to a certain extent, but when you're marrying somebody, it's not possible to just have that independent mindset. Let's face it, a lot of people, not many people will not agree, but it's true. And it's okay if you don't want to, like, think about like other person's wishes and thoughts, because that's not something that you're aligned to. That's perfectly all right. But if you love somebody and if you want to get married, that should be clearly communicated with the partner beforehand itself, and ask the partner, how comfortable are you with my independent mindset, because this is something I really want.
Hmm.
And if that is agreed and discussed, then that's okay. That doesn't lead to divorce in the after marriage, because that's an agreement the partner has, both that couple will have, right? But a lot of times that goes missed. A lot of
Hmm.
times the other partner feels this is something we'll manage after marriage, love will solve everything, she will get family love, or he will get a lot of love from my family, it will solve everything, or I will give a lot of love to him, so this will be all good. But it doesn't work out that way, no. Yeah. So that's why divorce happens, when
Mhm.
somebody feels very pressured in the marriage, they feel too suffocated, they get really upset about what is coming in front of them with the expectations, and that's the reason they go for divorce cases.
Right. So, what do you think emotional blindness causes this, not emotional intelligence? Because what I personally feel, many couples don't have emotional intelligence on the same page.
Yeah.
Um, but emotional blindness,
Yeah.
where they think that love सब कुछ सॉर्ट कर देगा यार प्यार करते हैं मेरे से सब हो
Right.
जाएगा कोई टेंशन
Yeah.
नहीं है अब लाइक
Yeah.
हम है तो 10 साल से साथ में 10 साल का रिलेशनशिप हो गया वी आर
Hmm.
नाउ
Hmm.
गेटिंग मैरिड तो सब अच्छा ही चलेगा सो
Hmm.
दे हैव
Hmm.
दिस पर्दा आंखों के सामने दैट हाँ ऐसे होने वाला है
Hmm.
सो
Hmm.
व्हाट डू यू वांट टू से कि इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस इज मिसिंग और premarital counseling help them realize these how it
Yeah.
is.
Definitely, premarital counseling will help this. They will understand a lot about emotional patterns, because this blindness that you're talking about, and this thing thought about that love will handle everything, it's also influenced by that Bollywood romantic nature that we see in the females. Like, this like there's like parda is moving, the flowers are flying, or it's like music. There is like little bit of a music, and this is something like, most the couples feel that relationship में ऐसा ही चल रहा है, so let's get married, and that's the
Right.
reason, you see some couples like agreeing to get married, like ठीक है अभी 6 महीने से साथ में हैं, ठीक है, let's get married, everything is lovey dovey rosy, let's get married. But after that marriage you realize that it's not a Bollywood film, right, where you elope, get married, and everything is sorted, and or oh, if this romantic nature is there, so everything is sorted. No, this is the reality, right? And emotional blindness comes up when they focus a lot on love, because they feel comfortable with that space. Like, because of course we all feel really comfortable and validated when somebody loves us a lot. And in that moment, what is happening? Your partner is agreeing with you. Your partner is submitting to all your desires, wishes, likes, respecting your choices, interests, which is one of the most important things that you should look for a partner, definitely. But after marriage, there has to be a balance. So your partner will also have to reciprocate that for you. And in order to do that, there has to be a balance. And it can be either 70-30 or 60-40. तो वो चीज will be discussed in premarital counseling. Right? So if
Right.
you're already having certain fights, छोटे arguments, and in that argument you distance yourself, both of you are distancing yourself or ghosting each other, and then after 2 days again talking and getting back together and everything, and but you feel that marriage will sort everything because that's a lifelong committed, well, yes, it can, but we also need to know why the fights are coming up, and future also there can be more fights. It's unpredictable. So let's be more prepared. That's how premarital counseling will help.
Right. So what I like found in this conversation was
Mm-hmm.
premarital counseling help us to realize that how much compatible we are with each other
Mm-hmm.
uh, in emotional centric things.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
if something wrong happens, how
Mm-hmm.
she will respond, how I will respond,
Mm-hmm.
and what we can came up with together so that this thing will resolve itself, or
Mm-hmm.
we both will try
Mm-hmm.
70%, 30%, 80%, 20%, or we can say 60-40%
Mm-hmm.
to sort that. So that
Mm-hmm.
can analyze that, hey, if this issue comes up after 10 years, I may respond like this. So let's get prepared
Mm-hmm.
accordingly. So am I
Mm-hmm.
right in this?
Yeah, I will just talk about this 10 years part. Now, things change, life changes, and most likely your processing of things or adaptability will also change according to the time, right?
Hmm.
But in order to get there, in order to understand your partner fully, the very first step is understanding yourself. Right? Then only you will be able to understand your partner. Right? So what are the things that are very like sensitive for me, or I don't like to talk about some things, or I don't like some things which my partner brings up, or I don't want them to bring it up, right? Those are the things that I really know that I don't want. I'm unhappy, and if I'm unhappy, how do I react? I distance myself, or I take my own time to process things. If I'm angry, I don't want to talk that time for some time. I want my partner to respect that and not just keep calling me. Or I want my partner to respect when I'm frustrated, angry, sad. And that will only come when you are aware of how things are, and when you are aware about how emotionally you react in certain situations. That means you know what emotions are, what it can do to your body.
Hmm.
And when you are aware about how things takes place within your body, you are able to feel that for your partner also. That helps in with the validation, right? That helps in giving your partner that space, that recognition. Most importantly, we have to know that why the argument escalates, because both the partner feels that I'm not being heard, the
Hmm.
active listening is not present. And in order to get there, we need to first understand what we feel, right? If I am anxious about something, I know I will have some palpitations or sweating, or I will feel
Hmm.
something in my body that something is wrong. And maybe I will know what it is, maybe I don't know, I don't know, but I need some time to know that, or I want my partner to help me figure out. But I don't want my partner to judge me on that or make jokes or cracks, right? A lot of people are very sensitive about it. That
Hmm.
understanding we need to create from a premarital counseling setup. And also, very importantly, I tell most of the couples that don't think that premarital counseling is like a red flag that, oh my God, something bad will definitely happen. It's like a preparation, right? How we prepare ourselves, like with diet plans and gym, that, oh, we have to look good in the wedding. That's the same preparation we are doing for the marriage. Like it's a very positive thing. And we want to be in that positive spectrum post marriage also. When you have this awareness and understanding present, no matter whatever changes life brings up or how things move after 10 years or 20 years of the line, you will be able to understand your partner and you will be able to understand yourself. That's what the change of premarital counseling can bring up, and that will significantly reduce divorce rates also.
Right. So to reduce the chances of divorce, many
Mm-hmm.
couples are now doing multiple sort of things. So people
Mm-hmm.
are now getting aware, and also nowadays people are hiring detectives
Mm-hmm.
to do fact checking, back checking of their partner.
Mm-hmm.
They are hiring detectives and a group of
Mm-hmm.
people to before marriage, nearly a month or two before marriage, to
Yeah.
give them a report that everything is all right or not.
Hmm.
They have this speculation inside that
Hmm.
something may go wrong tomorrow. I will lose
Hmm.
a sustainable amount of my property or cash in
Yeah.
alimony. I will I will lose, you can say, my dignity in front of my family members that hey, this is love
Hmm.
marriage and it won't last for more than
Hmm.
2 or 3 years. So I want a
Hmm.
detective. I have something that is not there, but
Hmm.
there news is there are multiple, you can say, case studies that
Hmm.
they are afraid of. That's why they are
Hmm.
hiring detectives, group of people,
Hmm.
and then again spending money of lavish
Hmm.
lifestyle towards wedding.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
you can directly go to a premarital counselor here,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Uh, it will
Yeah.
help, and I will say rather hiring a detective. Detective is a total different scenario. Rather hiring somebody or being in a dilemma
Mhm.
that it will work out or not, directly go to
Mm.
a counselor and do a premarital counseling so that you can get a clarity.
Mm. Mhm.
You
Mm.
won't be in speculations,
Ah,
right?
right, right, right. Yeah.
So,
But isn't the
mhm,
you're referring to the background checks and all, both definitely the verification that goes on both types of marriage, arranged marriage and love marriage with the family goes into that verification.
mhm,
Arranged marriage with yes, everything should be right and everything. That's
mhm.
like a security check. Like things will
Right.
be fine. But
Hmm.
that belief system also exists that if you have everything clear, no criminal records, no legal cases, nothing bad going on, that belief system is there that everything will be fine, because according to the society those are the areas when you need to check, because those are the red flags, but those are not the red flags, right? Divorce can anyway happen even if everything is clear, and even if the families have a wonderful reputation in the society. We don't know what will go wrong or what will happen after marriage also. Anything can happen, right? We don't know what's going to happen, right? But here, if you are really worried about how things will be, which is very natural, right? I would suggest here taking individual counseling first and then moving to the couple counseling, right?
Hmm.
Because ये background check वाला कि future में कुछ हो जाएगा खराब, like हाँ मतलब you can take couple counseling if your partner is more inclined and ready to talk about it in the setup, and if the partner also feels it in his way, wonderful. But individual counseling is also recommended, right? कि थोड़ा सा you work on why I'm so worried and if I'm ready for marriage
Hmm.
or not. And if I need to be prepared for marriage, then moving on to premarital counseling where both the partners are talking in a non-judgmental free space.
Understood. Understood. So, what do you think? Why do people cheat? Why do people cheat? So, yeah.
Why do people cheat? Okay, all right. There are a lot of reasons here. Okay, now let's unpack what cheating is. Right, cheating is, some people see cheating as just simply talking to some other person, opposite gender, right?
Mhm.
And or same gender. It's okay. Like your perspective, right? Like it happens these days. Like if you're married, heterosexual relationship, you want to speak to the same gender, and you feel in that way, it's natural, it's okay, but they feel that's cheating, which is not cheating. Just simply talking to somebody is not defined as cheating because people perceive that, and that's what leads to anxiety, and that can also lead to significant breakups and cheating, right? So that's one of the first education that I provide to every person or in every couple session. Second is if that person is cheating, it can be about maybe having a physical intimacy with that other person, or emotional intimacy with that other person, or going on dates, or feeling that relationship or vibe with that other person, which is not there with your own partner. Now, if those things are happening, then that is because you're not feeling safe in your own relationship. You're not feeling emotionally safe in your own relationship. If you need, or if you're looking forward to emotional intimacy with some other person, then you're not feeling emotionally safe with your own partner. Because if you are feeling safe with your own partner, you're not going to look forward to some other place. Right? It's the same as you're not feeling safe in your own house, or maybe the security system in your house is very fragile and you don't know anything can happen. Your physical safety can be hampered. You look forward to some other house. Simple. The same thing happens in a relationship as well. Physical intimacy, a lot of times sexual compatibility doesn't matches with your partner. They look forward to finding somebody else where their sexual needs can be met adequately and in the way they want. So that's also perceived as cheating. It's to answer your question, it's all about not feeling safe, not getting what you feel you would like to get. And everybody has a full right to get what they really want because that's about your needs, right? And communicating that, having a safe relationship about that, like feeling safe, having a safe space with your partner, talking about, look, I'm not satisfied with the physical intimacy. Can we do things differently? If you need support, let's go and meet a professional. That's okay. There are doctors, there are medication, there are treatments available nowadays. That's okay, right? Everything is safe, non-judgmental, no, and confidential also. Nobody's going to talk about it. Nobody's going to tell your family because a lot of time people are worried about what will happen to my family, what will happen. Somebody tells my family, the moral dynamics comes up, right? But it's okay. It's natural. Emotional intimacy. If your partner is not respecting you, there is always arguments or emotional abuse or physical abuse, the person will look forward to finding someone else where you feel safe. Right? So I will not say it's right or wrong. It's important to understand why a person is doing that sometimes, right? If you see your partner cheating, of course, it would be very disheartening for you. It is a heartbreaking situation. But it's important to understand what exactly happened. And a lot of times I recommend couple counseling also. Like whenever somebody says that I'm heartbroken, and I do individual counseling for that person and recommend couple counseling also to find out why the reason why it happened. And if your partner is not ready to talk and they want to break up, we cannot do much. But that time I recommend individual counseling. So cheating happens when they're not feeling emotionally safe, or maybe they're not aware about their emotional patterns, reactivity, triggering system. Maybe they don't know what will make them happy. There is confusion. A lot of reasons goes behind that. A lot of things we don't know exactly what will happen or what happens in that way.
Right, even I personally saw many clients going for
Hmm.
individual counseling before
Hmm.
couple counseling. The main
Hmm.
reason was partner nahi manega.
Hmm.
So the thing is that they are fighting every next day. They
Hmm.
are not feeling safe with each other. They're not
Hmm.
giving time. And
Hmm.
one partner is nearly shut down that, hey, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to go to
Yeah.
counseling. I don't want to find the
Yeah.
reason. I'm
Yeah.
happy as it is. If you need to fix it, I will do that.
Hmm.
Or
Hmm.
in India, it's very common that one partner will say, पागल छोड़ना मैं क्यों जाऊँ काउंसलिंग पे.
Hmm. The stigma attached, yeah.
ठीक है,
Mm-hmm.
तुम्हें जाना है,
Yeah.
तुम जाओ, मैं क्यों जाऊँ. Right.
Huh.
So
Hmm.
what do you want to say about it? Yeah.
Is case mein your personal boundaries are very important. Your personal
Hmm.
space is very important, and I help my clients to understand this. Like whenever they present something like this, that you have to see what is making you feel better, right? Nowadays times are changing. We don't want to be in the same space where our ancestors were. That we don't have anywhere to go. We have to stick around with this person, no matter whatever happens, right? You have to feel safe emotionally, physically with that person, right? You are coming home to that person, you want to feel safe because that's your home, comfort zone. If every day it's about avoidance, the person has ghosted you, the person doesn't talk to you, the person doesn't even want to listen to what you want, it's all about materialistic pleasures, right? That's not how things are functioning for you, and you're not happy with that, right? So I help them take a decision. How do you want to do it? Do you want to talk to him more or explain him? Because if the person is bringing this attitude that you want to do this way, then fine. Then we'll have to also say that, build a boundary that, okay, but this is what I also want. Then maybe we'll have to think about something else. And maybe we both are inclined towards different things. And this is exactly where we'll have to normalize breakup and divorce. That's something also I bring it up because a lot of times people are stuck or feeling stuck because they feel that there is a huge moral angle attached to breakups and divorce. Oh my God, if I
Hmm.
have go for divorce, what will happen to the reputation, society, family? It's a big thing that I'm doing. No, it's natural. You don't feel both of you on the safe page, and you need something for your. Even if we are in a job and we are not building a good rapport with the manager, and every day he's scolding us and he's not recognizing our job performance, and you're feeling stuck, we look forward to other options. Natural, right? And we leave the job and go to something else which makes us feel good about ourselves. The same thing about marriage and relationships. If something is not helping you out, you have tried every possible thing. If you really want to take that step, it's okay to take that step. Let's normalize breakup and divorce in that way, right? And that's how divorce happens and breakup happens. And then the person can take more counseling sessions, processing that. And I build that safe with my clients. I tell them that, I am here to help you out. That reassurance also helps them, like, okay, I'm not alone. I will get that support. And then they are able to take a decision. Sometimes it works out in both the couple, and that time the partner is ready to take a couple session, like, no, okay, I want to work on this relationship now. And then couple counseling helps. A lot of things goes into that place. Yeah. So it's a two-way street, end of the day.
Right. So one thing I want to ask, in the whole world, India
Hmm.
is on the top of the charts for
Hmm.
office affairs.
Hmm.
Many couples are now cheating in their workspace.
Hmm.
Right. So
Yeah.
having this extramarital affair in the workspace that
Hmm.
you're working.
Hmm.
So how we can reduce that? Can we do
Hmm.
maybe just corporate workshop, but corporate workshop and premarital counseling doesn't align that much. What exactly
Hmm.
steps couples can take or corporates can take or as an Indian we can take to fix it up?
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Corporate workshops and premarital counseling doesn't align, or maybe both doesn't go side by side because we cannot tell an employee that don't have affairs or don't have an affair with your partner, co-worker, right? Because if you feel attracted, you
Right.
will end up having, right? That's something nobody can tell in a corporate place, right? Now, isme we will talk about if you feel that you're already in a relationship and you are still inclined to somebody else, the attraction is there. Here we can, like, talk about why the attraction is there, right, Nikki? To a certain extent, physical attraction is normal, very clearly, because it's normal. Like, we see a movie, we see a celebrity, oh, she's so pretty, oh, he's hot. Girls do that, boys do that, everybody does that, right? And it's natural. And it's also natural to feel more inclined physically towards that person, physical attraction. It's also natural to feel emotionally attracted to that person, right? Now, if somebody really feels stuck or confused about this attraction process, I will recommend speaking to a professional, like, asking that person to speak to a professional, a counselor, take a few individual sessions. Most of the time, it comes out that they are in a relationship and they feel stuck and they're not getting what they really want to get and they from their own partners, but they're getting from the person in their office, right? And that's why they get into this extramarital affair in their office, because office is a safe place for them. Your partner is not present in that office, and here nobody's judging you, nobody's going to ask you not to talk to that person. You sit with that person, you have lunch, and most of the time you will see this is happening in groups, right? And then after the office hours, probably they end up meeting that person. That's fine, but they feel safe and comfortable in that office zone because you're not feeling safe in that home or when you meet your partner before marriage, if it's a before marriage relationship. So here again, we don't know why things are happening. That's why I recommend people talking, like, asking them to talk to somebody so that you figure out what exactly happening. It's natural to be confused. It's natural to not to be aware about what exactly you want, what are you looking for. That's why some people are inclined towards multiple partners. So we need to navigate that in the individual relationships. Maybe we are not ready for relationship. Maybe we are pushing because umar ho
Hmm.
gayi hai. I'm 25. I don't have a girlfriend. I'm 25. I don't have a boyfriend. I'm 30. Oh my God, everybody's getting married. I have to do something. But I like this person also. I like that person also. And I feel I'm cheating on both of them, right? So इसलिए their education awareness spread करने के लिए you have to speak to talk to somebody, and either the stigma comes, मैं पागल नहीं हूँ. It's not about pagal. It's just having somebody to talk to, get a non-judgmental free space, right? So there are various reasons. We don't know why it
Hmm.
happens, and at the same time, we cannot stop it. All we can do is promote a non-judgmental safe space for them,
Hmm.
where they can take an individual setup, a counseling. When you both feel inclined towards having a session, it can be with your partner or it can be with the person in the corporate workplace.
Hmm.
Have the couple counseling, that's fine. Both of you can have the joint session. Or if you feel that's not possible because other partner is not ready, then you will have to speak to somebody alone, because we cannot do couple session involuntarily if somebody doesn't want to be present in that session.
Agree, agree.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
for example, if somebody didn't premarital counseling before getting married, and
Mm-hmm.
now they are married, and it's been 2 years, 2 years
Mm-hmm.
of happy marriage, but it's third year now, and they are feeling challenges, they are facing
Mm-hmm.
challenges in their relationships. Things are not working out like
Mm-hmm.
before.
Mm-hmm.
What they should do.
Right. Yeah. So it's a post-marriage thing. We can go for couple counseling again. In that moment, the counselor will see what was discussed before marriage in a couple counseling session. They can go to the same counselor, they can go to some other counselor, that's their choice. But it's important to understand what was discussed that time, what happened that time, what were the challenges that experienced, or if there were no challenges, and what was discussed in those couple sessions, and now what are the challenges. So to in post-marriage couple counseling sessions also, we ask what are the present challenges you both are experiencing within your relationship. And then both the partners get a chance to speak how they have been feeling and what has been going wrong. And then we work on certain strategies within the setup which will help them to navigate that together. So, just the last part, I just want to conclude by saying, since we are talking about premarital counseling, um, I would recommend all the couples to just
Hmm.
take a few more minutes to reflect that within themselves. That number one, do I want to get married? Number two, how I feel about it. And number three, where do I see myself with my partner from an emotional perspective, not from career or achievements in lifestyle or materialistic
Right.
perspective, but emotional, everything about emotion perspective. And lastly, I would say it's natural, it's normal to talk to a professional. It doesn't mean that it is an
Right.
end to marriage or relationship.
Hmm.
It's just about preparing something for better.
I totally agree. If you are watching this, go to therapy, go to premarital
Mm.
counseling so that your life will be more easier. I'm betting you that your life will be much more easier after you opt for therapy, for sure. Yeah.
Mhm.
Thanks a lot.
Mhm.
Thanks a lot,
Mhm.
Sanchali, to
Mhm.
discuss this topic because this topic is one of the most underrated thing, what I believe. People
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
talk
yeah.
about it.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah, I agree. Yeah. Thank you. Thank
Thank
you
you.
for having me here. It was a pleasure to talk about this.